Yo, welcome back to the GM Podcast. I'm Adriel Miller.
I'm Gavin Bullock.
And today we're just going to be talking about how your circle can affect you and the priorities you need to have within your inner circle.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with the first question. What do you value most in your inner circle?
I think the biggest thing I value is, obviously loyalty and just people around me being people that can push me to be a better person every single day. Because you don't want to be in a friend group or a circle where you have people who aren't bettering themselves,
Exactly.
that want to do something with their life, that want to keep, just getting better every day. So, yeah. I would say I value that the most, and just having people to count on in good and bad. Because the bad times is really what makes your friendship and shows you who is real to you.
Yeah, building off what you said, you want to see people who want to win as much as you do.
For sure.
So if they're being lazy every day and they're not doing what they need to do, first off, and if I'm doing that, I want friends that are going to hold me
you accountable. No yes men.
Yeah, and if I'm holding you accountable and you're not doing what I need you to do, then that does mean something as far as our inner circle. And I'm always going to care for you the same, but I have to consider how much I need you in my life because you are who you hang around at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Also, something that I do value very much is that genuine love. Like we were just talking about, I don't want any yes men around me who are just going to tell me what I want to hear. I want if I'm doing something wrong, and this is why we've built such a great relationship.
Yeah.
If we're doing something wrong, we
tell each other. Yeah. That's trash. Stop doing that. Or you need to do this. Handle this differently. For sure.
Because it's bigger than just you making a mistake and no one if no one is telling you what you're doing wrong, then you're just gonna continue to keep building.
Because that's how you help each other be better people and better yourself as a friendship.
Absolutely.
So that's extremely important.
Yeah. Next question? How often has your circle been adjusted and why has it been adjusted?
My circle, I've been really blessed. Our friend group, I've been really blessed to where from our homeboys, it hasn't been adjusted very much. I've had the same 5 to 6 best friends since a really, really young age, and I've really been blessed. But I'll say maybe I haven't adjusted my friend group, but I always, probably every 2 weeks or maybe a month, it's not a specific time, but I just have sit-down thoughts with myself. Who are my friends? What are they doing with their life? And are these the type of people I want to surround myself with, like I just said, to be the man that I want to become one day and achieve my dreams and aspirations, things I want to do on this earth? And if I ever think about one of those questions and the answer is no, this is not someone I want to be around, I'm either going to have to distance myself, cut that person off, or I'm going to have a real talk with one of my best friends and be like, hey, I think you need to do this different, whatever.
We've had to do that before.
For sure. And it's helped all of us in the long run.
Absolutely.
That we're all able to have those uncomfortable conversations with each other and just be real with each other.
And if you're mature enough to take that, then that speaks a lot about you. But
it
some
does.
people aren't mature to take that.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then that's going to be something I have to take into consideration too.
And the biggest thing I take pride in as being a friend is being able to admit I was wrong.
Yeah.
If someone comes from that's so hard for a lot of people to do.
The world lacks accountability nowadays.
It's so bad.
And I don't know if I'm gonna. Well, I'm gonna say it because I feel like it. It's really on the female side. Females do lack taking accountability, and at us, we have female friends, so it's we commit to being real with everyone.
Yeah.
Being real is something we take pride in.
Yeah.
So it's I feel like people just need to start taking accountability.
Yeah.
Because once you do that, once you start thinking oh, I'm always right.
It's
once
not
admit
healthy.
That you're doing stuff wrong, then you can grow.
Exactly. Because if you think everything you do in your life is right and you're doing nothing wrong, you aren't setting any room for improvement.
Exactly.
And none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. So when you're able to realize that I'm not perfect and hear the reasons why I'm not perfect, and let me try to better those things and get better.
Yeah.
That's character development. That's literally character development. Absolutely. So, and a friend who holds you accountable can only help that process even more, which is why I value our relationship, because we could just tell each other.
And luckily, we've been blessed with friends that have ambitions and act on those ambitions instead of just talking about them.
Yeah.
Not last question, but another question. How much has your circle changed in these past couple of years?
Like I said earlier, I've really been blessed. I would say we haven't changed as in more people or less people in the friend group. We've had our group and we've stuck together even through this year of college. And I had a lot of people telling me, oh, y'all won't be friends with.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. Like, my friend group, we're actually brothers. Like, we've been through too much. We've gone through so many battles together. And when you go through a problem, we go through a problem type of thing. And we get through everything together. So it's really a special friend group. I'll say our friend group has changed from a perspective of the things we talk about, the things we do, and that's just a part of growing up. That was a hard reality. We have talks all the time, like, dang, like, I wish we could, like, and we still can, but
it's not the same.
It's not the same. Like,
we could just go to defy
gravity and jump for 2 hours, but it's like, bro, y'all just trying to chill. Like, no, like, I wish.
But it's understandable because it's like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, we work so hard now that we want to decompress, but it's certain times you remember where you would just go to defy gravity, go get some pizza afterwards, like. Yeah. Those are times I do miss, and it's crazy that we can't do that anymore. But it's just
we can. It's just it's different. Yeah, it's for sure different.
I feel like my circle has changed as far as, well, first off, as far as me losing people.
Yeah.
People have shown me very
true colors.
Yeah, they've shown their true They've shown their true colors as far as. Whether they do something to me that obviously shows me that they're doing it for themselves, because people will hold you around for your potential.
100%.
And that's something you need to realize quick and fast. Like, do they love me, for the person I aspire to be and the person I am? Or do they just love me because I'm going to give them something eventually?
Yeah.
When they stay with me. Like, that's not cool.
It's not.
That's not cool.
It's not the type of people you want to be around.
And I've talked to you about this before. We live in a society where everyone wants to ask, what are you doing now in your life? Like how are you getting better? Like,
yeah.
And like, they want to ask about your career. They want to ask about your financial status. That's a social norm that shouldn't be normalized. There's not a lot of questions about who are you? Yeah. What are your hobbies? What do you aspire to be, and why do you aspire to be that?
Yeah.
And like, that's the wrong way. That's the right way to go about it.
Yeah.
Because once you learn about those people that do vibe with you genuinely, that do love you, that do have the same interest as you, that should be the priority.
Yeah.
Me and you, we were similar from a young age, and we can say this about each other. We've grown together.
Yeah.
And that's something
got
you need
better
with
together.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's not something that happens nowadays. Like,
not often.
Like, you see someone's financial status, you see someone's career, and you're like, yeah, I can't mess with that.
Yeah. And this is kind of flipping the script, but from a relationship perspective, let's say like with a female, like, you click, you do all these things, but then she doesn't have that financial status and this and that. Like, how do you feel about that? Because a lot of people will simply not mess with someone simply because of their financial status or their popularity or simply off of what your friend group thinks of that person.
Look, there's a difference between having nothing going on and not having any drive.
Yeah.
So if I see you do have that drive, then it's time to get, bro. I would love for someone's vibe to match mine. Yeah. And they have the same drive, and we grow together. Like, I don't get why more people just want it handed to them. Like, they want a person to be handed to them to where, like, they can already just feed off of them.
No.
Like, nah, it's supposed to be a 50-50 type of thing to where me and you are growing.
A relationship where you stay down together.
Exactly. You're going to stay down. You're going to keep getting better. And that's how it's supposed to grow.
For sure.
Nowadays, it's more of a, let's shake the right hands. Let me see what I can get off of this person instead of let's see how we can get better together.
Yeah.
And that's not something I'm a fan of nowadays, especially in relationships, because, I mean, it does happen far too much than it.
And I think having female friends is also important so you can kind of get both perspectives on friendships and like how important a friendship is to you. Like Ivy, Briasia, Kamari, Asia, like those are very important friends to me. Like my homegirls, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I'll say they have, just talking to them, being their friend for the past year or two has gave me perspectives that just having my homeboys talking to them that I wouldn't have even thought about, if that makes sense. And you have real conversations with them. Yeah. And it's something I value.
Yeah. I've had a group of people in college where I'm shouting out my boys, Gio, David, 50, Makai, Jordan. Like, we've all had our rough times.
Yeah.
and Chase, obviously, my boy, he still goes here. Like we all grown together. We've all grown together to Christ as well, which
is important.
So extremely, like that's something that, not to say that our friend group didn't value.
Yeah.
But it's something that I feel like we didn't talk about enough.
We didn't talk about it enough. That's reality.
And that's something we're gonna try to fix because, like I said, we're getting better day by day.
Yeah.
But it was just certain things that my friend group offered me in college. Like, even though we do have this close-knit friend group, people don't need to be scared of adding new people to their circle.
For sure.
Especially if they're helping you get better.
And that's how I was, like, at the beginning of college. Like, I was like, oh, like, I got my boys back home.
I already got my boys. Like,
it's okay to have a separate group or a separate... And once I finally branched out in college, I got so close with my roommate, Nigel. Like, all my teammates, honestly. And it's like... It's important to have different friendships that give you different things. And
absolutely.
100%.
So, like we saying, just in your circle doesn't have to have a set limit of people on it.
No. You just got to make sure it's real people.
Exactly. Got to be real. Keep it real. That, like, people, like, what Rilo say? Like, why do you need money to keep
Why do you need money to keep it real? Just be real. Like,
be real.
Shout out to Riley, bro.
But
Nigel know what I'm talking about.
You don't need a limit on your circle, nor do you need to keep growing it.
Yeah.
You just need to keep, and once again, your question on when you're adding or subtracting from your circle shouldn't be, what is your financial status? What is your career looking like? Where are you at right now?
Because those things can be temporary.
Absolutely. Those things don't last. The questions you need to ask, who are you? What do you aspire to be?
What do you value?
How are you going to get, what do you value?
Yeah.
How are you going to get it? And how driven are you?
Because people's financial status, the things they have, their popularity, those things can change, go up, fluctuate. But, like, you're not going to see a lot of people change their true colors as much.
No,
like, that's like, you can't even be mad at some people. Like, when they do something fake or slime, like, oh, that's just who you are. That's who you are.
Okay,
like,
I've learned who you are. I can't, like,
yeah.
take a step back. You do what you do. I do. Yeah. But if you're showing me the right colors that match me, that I know I'm going to grow with you for the right reasons, and you're going to be down for me, and I'm going to be down for you, and we're going to have those important conversations, and we're going to hold each other accountable. Those are the type of people you need to keep in your circle.
100%.
And like I said, there's no limit of those people. Like, once you meet someone, you can't just go into it one-track minded on, like, yeah, this person's not going to make it. Yeah. Like, it's important to learn people.
Yeah. Because
I found so many gems just expanding myself. Like, obviously, I've had y'all for a long time, but like it goes with my college friends. And I don't know if it was like this for you. I had an entire month where I was like, bro, I'm about to be on my popular loner stuff. Like, I'm about to just stay on my phone, watch my movies. Like, I already got my friends. I don't need to worry about that. Like, I need to just, like,
I definitely went through that phase at first.
Like, it's a trash mindset to have because you literally are missing out on some of the best. And if I hadn't opened up and been more,
you would have missed out on.
I would have missed out on some of the best people that I would have.
And probably a big year of growth.
Absolutely.
Because your growth at Mars Hill, they play a big role in that.
Exactly.
I assume.
100%.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, like, if I hadn't met those, and it's crazy because there could have been a world where I didn't go to Mars Hill and I went to UNC Charlotte and I had never met them dudes.
And you were just hanging out with people because a lot of people from UNC Charlotte. Like,
and I might have met great people from there as well.
Yeah, you never.
But the fact that I met those guys just out of nowhere, and that's really God's gift. They gifted me those six people especially.
They'll have the rest of your life.
Like, literally, I'm going to have them for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And it's just because I opened up and we had the same priorities, same vibe, same commitment to God, same commitment to work.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm gifted, that I'm so blessed for the rest of my life. So, like I said, like, don't be afraid to grow your circle as well, because it's like a lot of people just want to keep that internet. And that's not to say to cut them off, but, you know.
Yeah, you don't have to cut them off.
If people are going to grow you, and that's as far as coaches go too. Because, I mean, this is a sports podcast, so we can talk about that on that side too. You got to know if a coach is being genuine as well.
Yeah.
Like, we had a coach, we can talk about Coach Baker. We always knew Coach Baker had our number one priorities at heart. And that's why.
Shout out Coach Baker.
Shout out Coach Baker.
He'll be on here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Very soon.
Very soon.
Great episode with him. But That's somebody who we knew that we could go to, talk to about anything, and he would give us a genuine and honest answer.
And me and Coach Baker's relationship is like one of the most special things to me because I could say I feel like I've gotten closer to him as I don't play for him anymore.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the immature things I was thinking as a high school kid when he's yelling at me, getting on me, I appreciate it more than anything now. I couldn't understand at the time.
Understand it because it felt like he was just yelling.
Had something against me, and genuinely like he wanted the best thing for me. And I think when they won states this year, and he was like pretty persistent, adamant, like he wanted us in that locker room with him, and we played a big role in the start of what had going on at Central. It showed me also like, dang, he really appreciates us. Like, absolutely. And Central is like a family. Like the Central family that I have, that'll be a family that I probably value more than anything. I mean, a community, and it starts with Coach Baker, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely does. That's the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.